Hi, I'm Rachel Resch. I'm the principal here at Mississinewa High School, and this segment is for Mississinewa Matters. So here are two of my seniors, Nadira Balasandaram and Samuel Gonzalez, and I'm going to ask them some questions. What has your experience been like at Mississinewa, and how do you feel the school has prepared you for the future?
My experience at Mississinewa has been one that's completely welcoming. I remember the first day I came here, and just everybody is always like crowding around the new kid, like, hey, you want to sit at my lunch table? So I just really enjoy that about Mississinewa. I do feel like the school has prepared me for my future in a way that's very nurturing and very preparing. I do think that there are many opportunities that the school gives that I have not heard of at other schools. So I really appreciate that environment that Mississinewa has fostered with the staff and as well as the students here that are all very supportive and very welcoming to new people.
Nadira, what are your future academic and career goals, and how has Mississinewa helped shape those plans?
Yeah, so I'm hoping to major in mechanical engineering and international relations, and obviously being here only a year, coming from like somewhere else in the country entirely, it really meant a lot to me that I was able to sign up for a physics class actually outside at Indiana Wesleyan. Miss Great really worked with me on that, getting signed up for classes outside, and the whole like timing thing about like leaving school, coming back, that was really, really helpful to have her insight and guidance on. And it also meant a lot, like as I was a national merit finalist at my previous school, transferring all that information over from my College Board account. I know how stressful that was for all the school officials and for me as well. So it really meant a lot that Mississinewa as a school was able to support me in that.
What aspects of the school's facilities or programs have helped you the most in achieving your academic success?
Yeah, so like I mentioned, I wanted to do international relations, and here I was able to be part of the We the People program, where we actually went to state competition, and that was really, really exciting and really fun. I was able to work with Mr. Williamson on improving not only my knowledge of the United States, its history and the Constitution, but also just skills on how to like present myself, how to set up an argument, and it really helped me like understand my own opinions about government and different theories. It just exposed me to that world. So I'm really excited to have that knowledge going into college.
Okay, Sam, what message would you share with younger students about the value of their education and the importance of having a school that supports their growth?
I would definitely heavily highlight the value of determination, the value of motivation, and the value of enjoying that rigor that taking harder classes instills in you, that responsibility and that accountability for every single assignment, every single due date that you have. And I mean, I have from personal experience, I have a friend in high school who said that he was disappointed that in middle school he didn't take much harder courses, because that meant that now in high school he couldn't take those harder courses now,
right?
Because you need to have prerequisites, and if you meet those in middle school, then you can take those in high school. So especially like for someone in that situation, if you're just now becoming driven to reach that higher goal, to be able to get credits for college, then he might have been able to instill that importance, that value in him in middle school. But yeah, I definitely think that's something very important that young people should have.
Thank you. Okay, Sam, if you could improve or add anything to Mississinewa's facilities, what would it be and why?
Yeah, for sure. I have a great answer. It's very personal, but I do think that swimming pool would be great. It would be very helpful for students wanting to get into that. As a swimmer my whole life, I knew that when I came to Mississinewa, that's what I wanted to do. Here I found tennis, and I found so many great friends and a great environment there. But I definitely do wish we did have a swimming pool because right now I do have to go to Oak Hill to swim every single practice, and I swim club with them, so I can't even swim for my school. And I have to drive 30 minutes every single day and go there, practice for 2.5 hours, and then come back in the very dead night, and I'm very tired when driving. But yes, I'd really like a swimming pool here. I think it would be great, especially for coming generations. I think swim is such a healthy environment that really fosters this team sense of individual reliability, individual competition, because it's really you against yourself. And with your whole team, it's such a great environment.
That's awesome. Okay, Nadira, as a soon-to-be Mississinewa graduate, what would you tell the community about the role that the school has played in your life and why investing in the future matters?
Yeah, so obviously I've only been here a year, but already I can like confidently say that Mississinewa has played such a huge role in like shaping me and what I want to do. Because just the support of like the school staff and the school teachers has just meant a lot. I know moving, it was really difficult to figure out exactly how like getting my diploma was going to work because it differs state by state, and it was really helpful to have Mrs. Young, Mrs. Schnapp, all be there and just help me figure that out. My sister is also coming in as a freshman, and they were able to just help us on like a case-by-case basis with whatever it is that we were struggling with in a new environment. And the teachers as well, I've been able to build such meaningful relationships with them. Like Miss Speakman, I think I have like a lot of classes with her, and she's been so helpful and like compassionate, I think, to me as a new student. And I think Mississinewa is like an ideal environment for anybody, especially new students, just because of the like support and close-knit community that you guys have created. So,
Thank you. Listening to two of my outstanding senior students, two Lilly Scholars, one National Merit Scholar. Just hearing their words and sharing their experience at Mississinewa has been very meaningful, and highlighting our successes. I think we're never great at tooting our own horn, so I appreciate you doing that for us. So I tell my students this every morning. I'm going to say it to you. Now go be great.